you mentioned national parks, and I'm curious, what's your favorite national park to visit? Do you have one in your mind, or or do you not play favorites because it's sort of part of the gig now?
No, I truly love them all. I mean, because they are all amazing. I
Yeah.
mean, we're so fortunate to be, the stewards of these amazing places. What I will tell you is when I took this job, that I went to every one of my peers and I said, "So what's your favorite park?" And every single one of them said Death Valley. And my first reaction was, "Oh my God, what is this company? Like, where have I come?" And then I got to go to Death Valley. And of course, we've actually made our owner has made a significant investment in Death Valley. But even before this investment, I mean, it's one of those, it's like the best hidden surprise. It's just so unexpected
Okay.
because I think I always had this vision that it was hot and sort of this, flat and nothing to see. And it's just nothing like that. I mean, you have these incredible mountains. You've got unbelievable starry nights. So, I mean, the stargazing at night, and then during the day, amazing hikes, off-roading. I mean, and then the oasis itself, which is we have a historic inn and a ranch, spring-fed pools. I mean, it literally is an oasis. It's spring fed. It comes out of, and so in the middle of the desert is this incredible oasis, and it's just spectacular. But in terms of the one that I found absolutely the most beautiful, it was Glacier. The first time I was driving there, I just happened to hit this at the right moment. I turned this corner to go to Many Glacier, which is one of our hotels on the east side. And it's an old, historic, beautiful lodge. You can look it up and see. And it sits on a lake with these mountains. But when you turn the corner to enter the 10 or 15-mile road to get there, there's another lake. And I don't know, I just hit it. And the reflection of the mountains on these lakes with the mountains themselves, it took my breath away. I had to pull the car over and stop the car and just stand in awe at this splendor. It's incredible. And sadly, the glaciers are melting. So my advice is don't wait, go to Glacier. Maybe not this summer because we're completely sold out. But it's an absolutely gorgeous place with a very short season. But I mean, the Grand Canyon, you stand on the edge of the Grand Canyon and it gives you true perspective. And my favorite place in the Grand Canyon, actually, other than actually being in the canyon, is the Bright Angel History Room. And a lot of people don't miss that. But it's a small, little, tiny kind of one of a museum almost. And in there is a fireplace, and it has the fireplace around has a piece of stone from every layer of the Grand Canyon. But it also has the whole history of the Fred Harvey Company and how the Grand Canyon was, the first lodgings there. And it's fascinating. So I always encourage people to take a moment and go to the Bright Angel History Room.
Okay, I'm gonna
But
keep
they're
that in
all
mind.
beautiful. Yeah. Do you have a favorite park?
I haven't really done the national park tours. I've been to a few, but I haven't camped. I don't think I've ever camped, to be honest. My parents were not campers growing up with us, and I had three sisters too, so I think that's probably part of the reason. Three little girls. I don't think they wanted to take them camping. But I've never been able. I haven't been fortunate enough to see many national parks. But I have. In my head, I always wanted to sort of dedicate a few weeks to domestic travel because I haven't really done that. I've been to Europe a lot, like probably more than I can count, but I haven't really explored a lot of America, which I think is kind of a shame at this point in my life.
Well, you've got time, but I highly recommend it.
Okay.
This year is the year of domestic travel with all the uncertainty about international. So maybe wait a year, but I can't tell you enough, encourage you enough, I should say, to get out to some of the national parks because they are so beautiful and it is such a nice contrast. I mean, you're living in New York,
Hmm.
so which I love totally, but it's nice to have a complete contrast and you don't have to camp, even though we have great campgrounds. I mean, we
Okay.
have beautiful, beautiful lodges and cabins with, full running water. We don't do television. Nope. And you don't have much, internet can be sketchy, but that most people like that. Most people like having a little bit of a break from all the digital access. And It's a little tough when you're working, I will admit. There are times when I've had to get up at 3 a.m. to download email.
Oh man.
But actually, we've partnered with a company where we have much better internet in all of our parks now. But
Yeah, I don't think being disconnected from the internet would be the worst thing after having it everywhere for especially over the past year, everyone being so easy to reach. I think a little time of being unreachable wouldn't be the worst thing.
call it digital detox, a little digital detox.
Yeah. This is Dan McCarthy, and you're listening to the Check-In Podcast.